So this is major. Yesterday I was sitting there minding my own business when news broke that the Russo brothers, the directors of Captain America the Winter Soldier, Captain America Civil War, Avengers Infinity War, and Avengers Endgame, are in early talks to direct Avengers 5 and Avengers Secret Wars and be brought back into the fold at Marvel Studios. That was crazy. I didn't think this would happen at all. I mean, the Multiverse Saga, what has set it apart from the Infinity Saga thus far is the creative talent behind it. Now, whether you think it's paid off or not, they have been bringing in a lot of new writers and directors to play with these characters. I thought that would carry over to Avengers as well, and for a while it did. Daniel Destin Cretton, who directed Shang-Chi, was gonna do it, stepped down, and then there are rumors that Raimi's name might be in there. Ryan Coogler was a candidate at one point. And then there was a rumor they were going to get someone who hasn't done a Marvel film before. And then lately, the rumor has been that Sean Levy, the director of Deadpool and Wolverine, was at the top of Marvel's list to do it. And I thought he was going to get it. So much so that I was ready to make a video saying that they were going to announce him as the director at Comic-Con. But he is also in early development on a Star Wars movie, so I'm sure he had to pick one over the other. And it's Star Wars, although I would have picked Marvel over Star Wars, but that's just me. But then the news broke that the Russo brothers were involved. Now, Marvel has not officially said anything on the Russos' involvement. The Russos haven't said anything on their involvement. All we've got is the articles from Deadline and Hollywood Reporter and all of the other major film trades that they are involved. And I think that's because they're waiting until Comic-Con to officially confirm it. But it's all but confirmed at this point that the Russo brothers are back to do Avengers. Now here's my stance on this. Their Marvel run is legendary. I cannot think of a 4-film run that directors have done that has been that fantastic. Those are 4 absolutely banger films that these guys did. But outside of their Marvel work, they haven't really had hits. And it's gotten out in recent years that the directors on MCU films don't really direct the movies. They're more of figureheads, and the Marvel heads are kind of the ones who make the movies, although the director still does get to put a little of their flair on it. Take Multiverse of Madness, for example, that's one. Ragnarok also kind of has the flair like that. You see that in both Black Panther films. And you definitely see this in the 4 Russo brothers Marvel films. You can watch them and visually you can tell these are Russo brothers movies. But they feel like Marvel movies. So the question is, what does that mean for Avengers? Are they doing a thing where the Russos get absolute control over it? Or are they doing the sort of handhold thing they were doing through the Infinity Saga? Basically, the point I'm trying to make here is it's a mixed bag on if I want this or not. Because I was very excited at the prospect of seeing new talent get to tackle the Avengers and at least, get a shot at it. But we're going back to the old ways. And granted, Marvel's getting back on track, and part of that does involve making movies in the way they used to make movies and the way they like to make movies, which is we're going to grab the director, we're going to hold their hand, we're going to walk through the production with them. But I think there's a crucial component missing here, because we've got the Russo brothers back, and yeah, that is a win, considering the 4 films they've done thus far that are all good with Marvel. But we're forgetting who wrote those movies. Christopher Marcus and Stephen McFeely deserve just as much, if not more, credit for those films than the Russo brothers do. Those two are not attached to those films. Michael Waldron, the writer of Loki Season 1 and Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, is currently the writer for both of those movies, although I believe right now his script for Avengers 5 is being reworked by a different writer, which is nothing new. Marvel always does that. They have a writer write a script, then hand it to someone else to play with for a little bit, usually a team of people, because it's Hollywood and big franchise corporate, and that's how that's worked. That's how that's always going to work. So it's a weird matchup when you look at it, because we're taking the head writer of the multiverse saga and then giving the keys of the franchise to the guys who had their hands held through the Infinity Saga, and then once they stopped having their hands held, their movie saw a dip in quality. Which is the reason I can't say I'm 100% sold on them being brought back. All of the different puzzle pieces that have to line up feel like they're not lining up in the same way that they lined up to give us a win for the Infinity Saga. That said, these two dudes know how to make Marvel movies, and they're absolute nerds, and they can handle these massive productions without problems and deliver a quality film on time. I know I'm being skeptical, and a lot of people are really pumped about this, and I'm not going to do the revisionist history that their Marvel films were never good, because they are. 3 of them are some of the best Marvel movies. The other one is just fine. But point is, damn good movies among that group. But regardless, I'm interested to see where this all goes. I'm interested to see if the Russo brothers do actually finally get the confirmation. I'm sure they will. The job is going to be theirs. They're probably a bit further than early talks, honestly. That's just the news that decided to get out there. But I'm sure that we will know at Comic-Con. So guys, what do you think of this news? Are you excited about this? Are you not excited about this? What are your thoughts on the Russo brothers returning to Marvel to do some more Avengers movies? Let me know all that down in the comments below. Also leave a like on this video, subscribe, click on the bell icon to receive all notifications from the MCU HQ. That's going to be it. Have a great day, guys.